I think people should train to teach mindfulness if they have a regular mindfulness practice and they've experienced some kind of transformation in their life. Because then you've got something authentic to share. Also, I think the motivation naturally arises within many people to share the benefits of mindfulness once they've experienced them themselves. And speaking for myself, I think it's the most enriching and wonderful thing to be able to do. And observing the transformations that I see in the students that I teach, increases in presence, increases in self-worth, self-kindness, just overall happiness. I observe it's like a weight lifting from people's shoulders. And if you're able to do that as part of your life, I mean, what could be better? With the Mindfulness Association, compassion is at the heart of everything that we do. So the mindfulness course you'll be trained to teach, which is the Mindfulness Based Living Course, has an emphasis on kindness and compassion all of the way through. So if you feel that compassion and kindness are an important aspect of mindfulness, then those types of practices are explicitly included in the MBLC, Mindfulness Based Living Course curriculum. Also, the Mindfulness Association is a member of the British Association of Mindfulness-Based Approaches, and we follow their guidelines, and teachers who train with us can register on the UK listing of mindfulness teachers. So because we're involved in BAMBA and have been for over a decade, we follow best practice, and we've developed our teacher training program to get better as the field has developed. So the first stage of the training is really about becoming a mindfulness practitioner yourself and becoming familiar with the Mindfulness Based Living Course curriculum. So we asked you to do this by engaging in our Level 1 Being Present course, which takes place over 4 modules. So sometimes they're delivered over weekends, sometimes they're delivered on an evening, and the course takes about 6 months. So it's a very in-depth version of the Mindfulness-Based Living Course that you experience. And it's over a sustained period of time, longer than 8 weeks, so that you get a chance to really establish a regular and effective mindfulness meditation practice. The teacher training pathway has got 3 stages. The first stage is the Level 1 teaching skills, followed by the Level 2 teaching skills, followed by teaching 2 8-week mindfulness-based living courses under supervision. There's also some continuing professional development required, and then you can register to join the UK listing of mindfulness teachers, which is overseen by BAMBA, the British Association of Mindfulness-Based Approaches. The Level 1 teaching skills is delivered over 2 weekends. It's also delivered over the year-end retreats of the University of Aberdeen Masters in Mindfulness. The first weekend, we'll be teaching you how to guide practices of body scan, mindful movement, and sitting practice with breath support and sitting practice with sound support, and how to lead an inquiry, so the dialogue at the end of a practice to uncover what has been experienced. So that's the focus of the first weekend, teaching you to guide practice and lead inquiry. And on the first weekend, you get a chance to do it in small groups for a few minutes, so that you just get to learn how to do it by doing it. The key aspect that we're trying to get across in the teaching skills training is that you guide from your own practice. So you're present, you're doing the practice yourself, and you guide from that. And also when you lead inquiry, you're focusing on your practice, so you're present, and it's a dialogue that's very much unfolding in the present moment. So we train you to teach more through your way of being, which is being present and embodying qualities of kindness and acceptance, rather than technically what you have to say when. So it's all about just building our confidence and finding our inner teacher. So then the second weekend of that course you get a chance to guide a 10-minute practice and a 10-minute inquiry. And then there's some feedback from yourself, from the group, and from the tutor. No assessment at this stage. It's just kind of dipping your toes in to see whether teaching mindfulness is for you, building your confidence, and yeah, just seeing what it's like to teach mindfulness. So then after that, you've got a period of time between your level 1 teaching skills and your level 2 teaching skills training. And during this time, we ask you to take yourself through the 8-week MBLC course week by week as a participant, so that you get a sense of how the course fits together over the 8 weeks. And in addition to that, you'll be put into peer groups of 3 to 5 other people, where you'll be practicing guiding practices and leading inquiries with each other, and giving each other feedback in relation to the MBI TAC, which is the Mindfulness Based Interventions Teaching Assessment Criteria. Bit of a mouthful, but we have a one-page summary that we use to give feedback after people have taught. And we also invite you at this stage to join our teacher trainer membership, which is just £15 for 18 months. And as part of this, you get access to monthly CPD sessions, continuing professional development sessions online. And you also get an opportunity to attend a meeting once every 2 months to ask any questions that you have about the teacher training pathway, but also to, find your group of 4 if you need to. So once you've done this preparation, you're ready to attend the 6-day Mindfulness Based Living Course Teaching Skills Retreat, which is our level 2 teaching skills. And over this retreat, you are taught to deliver the 8-week curriculum of the Mindfulness Based Living Course. And everyone kind of in the tutor groups delivers particular sessions. So we go through the course, delivering sessions to each other in the tutor groups, giving feedback, and there's an assessment at this retreat. We also do some more inquiry workshops, and we also look at the rationales and teaching points for each of the practices, and look at how the course fits together as a whole. So the assessment here is a readiness to teach assessment, and most people achieve that. If you don't achieve that, then we put a pathway in place so that you can. And then once you're assessed as ready to teach, you start teaching your first 2 8-week courses. So you find a group of clients, you deliver these 2 courses, and you have supervision, 3 hours supervision for each course. And when you've done that, you've got your CPD, you'll need to do an annual retreat to meet the continuing professional development requirements of BAMBA, and a reading of some books. And then you'll be ready to go onto the UK listing of mindfulness teachers. So that's the teacher training pathway. It sounds a lot, and it's changed recently, but what we're finding is our current cohort of students feel really supported, particularly with the peer groups, as they have good preparation for their teaching skills retreat, and then they stay with us and are supported by us as they deliver their first 2 8-week courses. Okay, so to begin with, you will need to train as a mindfulness practitioner and become familiar with the curriculum of the Mindfulness Based Living Course as a participant. So the first stage would be to do the level 1 Being Present course, and that would normally take about 6 months. And then after that, you need to wait for the next teacher training course to start, which would probably be 3 to 6 months. And the teacher training level 1 takes about 3 months. And then after that, you've got your preparation for the level 2 teaching skills, which again would take about 3 months. And then you can do the level 2 MBLC teaching skills retreat. So kind of the whole of that would probably take between a year and 18 months. And then you'd be ready to start delivering your first 8-week courses. And your first 2 8-week courses are training courses. So your teacher training pathway doesn't actually finish until if you've completed those 2 8-week courses. So the overall pathway will probably take between 1 and 2 years, but it can take longer if you need it to. So once you're trained to teach, you need to keep up your continuing professional development, and there are requirements in the field. One is an annual retreat. So we run a members retreat every year that's very low cost for teacher members to attend. And We have a teacher membership that provides monthly online CPD sessions to help you keep up with CPD and be part of a community of mindfulness teachers. We also offer CPD courses, so either online or weekends. We offer regular courses in developing inquiry skills. Working with challenging emotions is a regular one. You can also do CPD to develop yourself as a practitioner by doing our compassion training, our insight training, or our wisdom training, which meets CPD requirements. In addition to that, we have a whole series of Mindfulness for Life courses looking at social mindfulness, inclusion, environmental elements, climate change issues, engaged mindfulness. So we have a whole suite of CPD courses that you can engage in, whether you're a trained teacher by the Mindfulness Association or whether you're trained with another organisation, to support your ongoing development as a mindfulness practitioner and as a mindfulness teacher.